I'm going to show you how to break in your brand new slow pitch softball glove. So this is the glove that I use for slow pitch softball. It's actually a baseball outfitter's mitt. You can get softball specific models. Baseball outfitter's mitts work totally fine. But the way you break your glove in and shape it is super important. So I'm going to show you some of the things I did to break this brand new glove in when it was new about a year ago. Come along with me as I show you how to break in a slow pitch softball mitt. The shape of your pocket, like this is the pocket. The shape of this pocket is highly determined on how you close your mitt. So where the thumb goes in relation to these 4 fingers is very important. So infielders in baseball and softball, for example, like high-level fast pitch players or, college baseball players, pro baseball players, they want a shallower pocket. And so they intentionally will squeeze their glove in a way like this, where the thumb is coming to maybe the second finger. And this makes the pocket much more shallow so they can get the ball out of it quicker. A lot of players I see in slow pitch, they're naturally breaking their glove in like this. And this is actually doing them a disservice because then they have less pocket to work with, especially when they're playing outfield, right? A lot of inexperienced players in slow pitch are going to be in the outfield. And so you want to have as deep a pocket as possible to really have that ball get trapped in it. So what you want to do, and this is what baseball outfielders do especially, is there's a couple different techniques. Number one, as a beginner, I highly recommend you break your glove in from thumb to pinky. So you can see the way I'm closing it here. Trying to make sure I have my angles on the camera right. The way I'm closing it here is thumb to pinky, not thumb to like second or third finger. This is going to give me a much deeper pocket. You can see there's a lot more leather in there. So now as I close this, there's a lot more here. And the ball, when it hits my palm like this, it has a much deeper place to roll into. If you watch Major League Baseball, this is how outfielders close their gloves. Because they're on the run, they want to make sure that ball has a really deep pocket to roll into. To do that, is you get some hot water. So you can boil, a kettle of water, not boiling, but a little bit less than boiling. And you want to splash it on the leather. And then that heats up the leather, kind of like you heat up metal as a blacksmith. And then it becomes much more malleable and it will hold its shape after you work on it. Now, when you pay for a really expensive glove like this one was, the leather comes extremely stiff. And if you create really soft broken in spots, now my thumb stays really stiff, which I want, but it's looser here. So now my glove molds to my hand a lot better. And it's stiff where I want it to be stiff, and it's soft where I want it to be soft, which is at the hinge points and the break points. So once I've splashed some hot water on this, I'm going to really work those creases and just try to just like a factory robot, try to get as many creases in this as I can in those 2 spots. And then I'll put it back on my hand. And I'll close it, and right away, you'll see it start to get. And again, this glove's already broken in. The next thing you do, besides working in these break points, is you want to get some kind of mallet. This was a $10 glove mallet that I bought on from Amazon. If you have anything that's just sort of it gives you a little bit of leverage to pound the pocket, that's going to be fine. You don't have to pay for a mallet if you have something that's similar shaped or whatever. Alternatively, you could just grab a ball. But this actually kind of wears you down after it's just a little more impact on your body. So I don't love this as much, but you could absolutely take a softball and just pound that pocket really well. So now the ball is encouraged to roll down there and stay there rather than squirting out, which is what's going to happen if I have a much more shallow pocket. That's the main process here. And then after that, the big recommendations are to play as much catch with this as possible. One really quick way, if you buy a really stiff glove, is to go to the batting cage and put it on baseball mode and just sit there and catch balls, because you're going to get hard pitch balls that are going to help really pound that leather in. And if you don't have access to that, then use your mallet as much as you can. Now, most, especially beginning slow pitch softball players, you're not going to buy an expensive stiff glove. So the glove is going to come with relatively softer leather. So the things to know about it are it's not going to hold its shape as well, which is fine. But I still recommend the hot water method. Splash hot water on the break points, splash hot water all in the pocket, and pound it and really work it out, because the leather will expand and it will allow you to stretch it out. And then you're going to form that deeper pocket. But especially with lower price point gloves, like $40 to $150, they're going to come a lot softer. And so you can still, they are still malleable, but they're not going to hold their shape quite as well as a more expensive glove like this one. But you should still do the exact same thing. Water on the break points, work the break points really well. 3 fingers slid over, so 2 in the pinky stall, one in the ring finger stall, and then your index in the middle stall, and then break your glove in from thumb to pinky. I highly recommend that. It might feel a little uncomfortable at first, but it'll feel second nature after a little while. And a lot of people think it's really comfortable. I personally find it really comfortable to break my glove in that way. Because the last thing you want to understand is that you'll also get a crease across the palm. And so if you break your glove in like this from the get-go, thumb to second or third finger, it's going to be a lot more difficult to then change the break in later, because you'll have a big crease that develops into the center of the glove that sort of makes it worn in that way, and it's going to be a little tougher to change it. But if you get a new slow pitch softball mitt, this technique with hot water and really working the pocket to get that as deep as you can, it's honestly going to make a big difference in your gameplay. And your job is just to go out there, catch the balls you're supposed to catch. No one's going to expect you, if you're a beginner, to make amazing plays, but you just want to make sure that your glove is as forgiving as possible, so that the plays you can make and the throws that you should catch, you're going to catch, right? But too often, like I said, too often I see beginners, balls are squirting out of their mitts because they catch them here and they're broken. Their glove is not broken in a way that's forgiving. And so a lot of those balls will squirt out of their gloves, whereas that same ball would kind of roll deeper and would probably get trapped in a better broken in glove like mine. So hopefully this video is helpful. My goal here is just to help beginners have more fun. I had a really long pro baseball career, and I got so much out of the game, and now I play co-ed slow pitch softball. It's just for fun. I love getting out there, and I want other people to experience it the same as I do. So hopefully this video helps you have a little bit more fun and success on the field, and if it does that, then awesome. All right, so thanks for watching. Please leave a comment, question if you have any below. Subscribe to the channel, share this with a friend who might need it, and I'll see you here in the next one.